In today's segment, I want to talk about a former Clipper player possibly re-signing with the Lakers and how will that affect the Clippers. Now, before we get into that, please like, subscribe, also hit the notification bell so you can get the newest and bonus content first. But let's just go ahead and jump right into this here. Now, everybody knows the Clippers are on the quest for a championship. Everybody knows the Clippers are trying to do everything they can to get that quest or make that quest happen and get to that destination no matter what they need to do. Now, they've been on record by letting go of a couple of players here lately in regards to a trade for Eric Bledsoe. And they might be making other moves here soon. We just don't know yet. We just have to wait and see. Now, the way the Clippers are constructed as of right now, I still think they can win a championship, barring no injuries, and hopefully Kawhi coming back from his injury 100% healthy. Now, we're going to have to see exactly if Kawhi Leonard comes back. This year, a lot of people are projecting that he isn't. Some people projecting that he is. But as currently constructed, if everybody is healthy, this team is definitely a contender. And there's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to look at the situation in regards to them being a pretender, because they are a contender. And I think they legitimately proved that last year in the playoffs when they were down 0-2 every series and they had every series won, came back and won every series besides against Phoenix, which they didn't have Kawhi Leonard by that time. So I think the Clippers are already proven, and I think they're already proven that they're good enough to win it. So I think the question and the doubters should really cease and go away. Hopefully, like I said, injury doesn't hold them back. But hey, injuries held a lot of teams and a lot of players back from winning championships and getting further ahead in their career. So, I mean, injuries is something you can't help. So if you're going to blame them from not winning a championship this year because of injury, well, honestly, that's really a dumb thing to do, because can't nobody control that. That's just the way it is. Injuries happen. They're a part of sports. Nothing you could do about it. But in regards to the player that I'm speaking on, that's a former Clipper that reports are out there saying there's a possibility that he might re-sign the Lakers is Rajon Rondo. Now, I personally said Rajon Rondo was trash for us last year, because when you look at Rondo, it's championship or bust. It's nothing else. If he's playoff Rondo, what all the media used to say about him, and I used to think the same thing about him as well, not going to lie, then he has to come through for the Clippers in ways as he did other teams he's won championships for, which was the Celtics and the Lakers. And he didn't come through for the Clippers. I thought he was in the doghouse for a reason with Ty Lue. I thought he played good at times, sporadic. I didn't think he was really consistent, even though he didn't get the minutes or the starting role I thought he was going to get when they acquired him from the Atlanta Hawks. But at the same time, I just wasn't overly impressed with Rondo's game. I didn't think he fit, with the Clippers and the way they needed. And like I said, him having the little bark at Kawhi Leonard when Kawhi took that last shot and missed it. I thought that was the end of Rondo right there. First of all, you're not as good as Kawhi Leonard. You never will be. And a lot of people don't even remember who the hell you are half the time in your career, because you've been a disruption or a nuisance in the locker room, which other teams couldn't deal with you. And the Lakers put up with you for a little stint in the bubble, and they let you go. So you won the championship because of LeBron James and AD. So there's no need to act like Rondo was the end all be all. Even though he did help the Lakers, he did knock down some big shots in the finals. I'll give him that. But I mean, at the same time, Rondo's not the type of player that's going to help carry you all the way to the finals. He's not that type of player. He's the type of player, if you got a bunch of great players around him, that's when he wins championships. Because think about it. When he won the championship in Boston, it was because Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce. He had a big three, and he was so-called making up the big four. Then you win a championship with the Lakers. Well, you had Anthony Davis, a healthy Anthony Davis, and a LeBron James that still had some gas left in the tank. Well, I mean, that's the easy way to a championship. So I really wish some people out there would, not act like Rondo is the end-all, be-all, and he's the reason why you're going to win a championship. He could be a part of the reason why, but he's definitely not the reason why. And his 2 championships was because he played with arguably the greatest players of all time. So the fact that, if he might possibly re-sign with the Lakers, I don't think the Clippers fans should be worried or anything like that. I mean, hey, if he plays better with them, so be it. We don't need him. If we felt like we needed him, he would be on the roster. And that's the way the Clippers organization should think. Don't look at it from any other type of perspective, and the fans shouldn't look at it from any other type of perspective either. It's just, a player going to another opportunity, and I mean, hey, good for him. But at the same time, he just didn't fit with the Clippers to me, and I've said that before, and I just didn't see how he was gonna, camaraderie wise, how he was gonna fit overall. Because if you have riff with the best player on the team, who's clearly way better than you, who clearly has finals MVPs, which you don't, and has 2 championships, and he's been proven to be a leader and carry a team, which you've never been able to do, as in Rajon Rondo, you're going to have problems with the team. And on top of that, Ty Lue had you in the doghouse because he didn't believe in what you were doing was going to help them win championships. And to be quite honest, if Kawhi Leonard didn't get hurt and everybody played the significant minutes they played, I mean, a lot of those playoff games, Rondo didn't even play. And they won all those series without his services, basically. So, I don't really think Clippers fans should be appalled or anything like that if Rondo goes to the re-signs with the Lakers. Now, reports are saying the Lakers have interest in Rondo and DeAndre Jordan as well. Now, I do think DeAndre Jordan would be a decent piece for them or something like that. But, I mean, I don't know how much he has left, really. He might be about washed. I'm not sure. But regardless of that, Clippers Nation, I wouldn't be concerned. I wouldn't be anything over it. And I know, the media is probably going to try to make something out of this here soon, especially if he does re-sign with the Lakers. I'm pretty sure you're going to hear it on Skip and Shannon or somebody like that, how he can impact the Lakers and help them win a championship. I'm pretty sure. So this is just me kind of like throwing this out there to you as something that's being brought up as a topic online, possibly before it even actually, occurs. But like I said, Clipper Nation, I wouldn't be concerned about it. He didn't work out for Clipper Nation as well as he did with the Lakers the year before. And the Clippers thought he was the missing piece, and he really wasn't. He was really probably a cancer to the locker room more than a help. And when you look at how he contributed, it really wasn't much. It really wasn't much at all. He started getting playing time a little bit more in the playoffs when Kawhi got hurt because Ty Lue was just throwing everybody in there, throwing people in there as much as he could just to fill up and try to make up for what Kawhi Leonard can do. And there's nobody on the team that can do that. So that's my take on the situation. That's what I think about it. But hey, like I always say, leave any comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. And hey, Cali out.